Welcome to the Young Pro Show. My name is David, and we have a special guest here with us. Her name is Jessica. She is seeing awesome success in the fitness industry. So Jessica, why don't you start off by just sharing a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are today?
Sure. I'm a personal trainer and a coach. I've been in the industry now for almost 10 years, 8 years with Good Life Fitness, and I absolutely love it. It's such a fun job. It's always changing, and that's what I love about it. I always get to continue my education because it's an ever-changing industry. So it keeps me on my toes and never a dull moment.
Awesome. Have you always been interested in fitness, Jessica?
I have since high school. I was actually the kid who was the last one to be picked on a team. But once I got to be about 15, 16 in high school, I got into weightlifting, and I've loved it ever since.
Okay, cool. And so right now you're working for Good Life. You're also competing in competitions?
That's right. So since 2014, I started doing some fitness competitions, and I've done 8 now. So I'm now starting to coach other people for fitness competitions as well. And it's lots of fun.
Wow, what is that like, being involved in a fitness competition?
Well, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It's definitely something that you need to be really ready to focus and commit all of your time and energy to. It's a little bit strict in terms of, dieting or being on a meal plan, working out, but it's so worth the effort and what comes with it. So.
Cool. Would you say that it takes a lot of mental focus and mental training to get yourself ready for those competitions?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not necessarily born with it, so it's a great way to gain those qualities by just throwing yourself into it and committing to it, and then you eventually, become better at committing and focusing.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Was it harder when you first started than it is right now?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was definitely a lot more challenging getting used to being on such a strict program and meal plan. But as you keep doing it, it kind of becomes more of a lifestyle, and that's the way I kind of see it now. I mean, you're not always going to have a 6-pack all year long and be on a strict meal plan, but you're definitely going to be, getting used to that lifestyle.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool. How has that helped you in the other areas of your life, like training your mind to be consistent, persistent, stuff like that? Has it helped you a lot in all the other areas of your life?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a trainer, it helped a lot with, with my clients and being able to pass that knowledge on to them, and just self-discipline and even just learning about nutrition and the science of the body and on a whole other level that I'd never really experienced before. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. And what is it like teaching other people the stuff that you've learned? Because, I mean, you've devoted your life to all this stuff. Now you're doing these competitions, you're seeing awesome success, you're a fitness trainer, you're a fitness coach. What is it like to bring that value to other people and help them do the same thing?
Well, it's a great feeling because, I mean, the more that I can help other people and share my experiences and my knowledge, the more that I feel I have achieved as a trainer. And I mean, every day I learn something new in the fitness industry. So in terms of the competitions, it's only just adding on to, that little bit of knowledge that I learn on a daily basis. There's always something new. So, yeah.
Right. That's cool, because no matter how much we learn and how much we get into whatever industry we're in, there's always a little bit more that you can learn, that you can grow into. So do you consider yourself to be learning every single day about more things?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and it's really opened my mind to understanding that there's you're never going to know everything, and everyone has a different opinion. There's so many different people who train, there's CrossFit, there's bodybuilding, there's every type of training out there. So it's really just opened my mind to see different people in the industry who compete. I've met some vegans who, work on just like 0 animal meat or anything like that, whereas other people who only eat steak for breakfast, there's just such a wide variety of different people that you meet who have different approaches. So it's really neat to see that.
Wow, cool. It's interesting that you have you can have a vegan that's doing something the same thing as somebody who is eating steak for breakfast.
Exactly. That's just an example of what I see, the differences. And everyone just has their own unique style, and it's really great to see. Yeah.
Cool. Do you plan to continue to be doing this stuff for the rest of your life, or what's in the future of Jessica's life?
Well, that's the great thing about the fitness industry. There's so many different ways to branch off. I couldn't really picture myself doing anything else. I really want to get more into the nutrition side of things and go back to school. I always continue my education, but I really want to go back into the nutrition side of things eventually. So yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing a little more now with the coaching, but I still continue to train, and I love that part too. So I can't see myself doing anything else as of now, but you never know.
Cool. All right. Well, hopefully in the future we'll have you back on the show, and we'll see what that would be turning into.
Yeah.
So Jessica, throughout your whole career right now, has there been some sort of theme that you think has helped you kind of grow into the person you are today?
Yeah, always just trying to be better than I was yesterday, and always setting goals, and just always never staying comfortable. That's the key, is to always, believe whatever your goal might be, whether it might seem unrealistic to someone else, believe in your goal and go for it. And if you have the drive, anything is possible.
That's so important, because there's so many people that might be a little bit afraid when they're writing out their goals or their dreams, because sometimes it does seem realistic, but every single successful person in the world had to set those unrealistic goals in order to make them happen.
Exactly.
So do you set daily goals, weekly goals, or what is your sort of habits look like?
Well, I do a little bit of both. I'll usually have a long-term goal. Let's just say my fitness competition in the fall. I know that I want to kill it this time and do my best. But then again, I have my little daily list of things to do. So I have a little bit of both, daily goals, and even a 5-year plan. Like in 5 years from now, I'd love to own my own business. And yeah, so all
Did you write a
goals.
5-year plan 5 years? I'm sorry, 5 years ago?
Actually, I'm sure I did, yes. I remember, let's just say a year or 2 years ago, I set my first goal to compete in a fitness competition, for example, and then I crushed that goal, and then ever since then I've been, any goal that I have, I don't think it's unrealistic. I always just go for it and believe in it, and hopefully it brings me there.
Have you always thought like that? Have you always had that belief in yourself that you can make your goals and dreams happen?
Not always, no. I mean, I've always had, I guess, some doubt growing up, and not necessarily believing in myself as much as I do now. But my mindset has definitely changed ever since I, again, back to the fitness competition, did that one goal and realized that, wow, if I can do that, I can do anything.
Do you think there was like a time growing up where was like the breaking point from, thinking that maybe you couldn't achieve those goals to, hey, I can smash them, I can make them happen, I can do it myself? Was there any breaking point that led you to where you were to where you are right now?
Yeah, I would say again about a couple years back when I did get into the competitions, I'd say that was a breaking point for me. Cool. Because it was just such an amazing feeling to achieve that goal and to win my first competition, and it was something that I never thought I would be able to do, and I went ahead and proved myself wrong, and there I was.
And now you've done 8.
Now I've done 8.
Now you've done 8. Wow, it's amazing what could happen once you smash a goal, believe in yourself, and then kind of keep persisting and keep going throughout it.
Yeah.
So what do you tell someone now? Say someone comes to you and they're, where you were. They're about to do their first competition, or they're thinking about doing their first competition. They might feel a little bit of fear because they've never done it before. They might not believe in themselves because they've never done it before. What do you tell them from somebody who has been there and is now doing it over and over again?
Well, I tell them that they need to visualize themselves there, and again, just believe in it, and every single day think about what that goal is, whether it be, a weight loss client of mine who wants to lose X amount of weight, or they want to, be able to lift or do a pull-up. I just tell them to believe in that goal, wake up every morning, and your thoughts will eventually turn into actions, and that's it.
That's amazing. Keep visualizing it, keep seeing yourself there, and eventually you will be there.
Yeah, that's my mindset.
That's awesome. It's a winning mindset right there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Great. So I'm sure you experienced some failures and some setbacks along the way.
Yeah.
What have you learned from those failures and from those setbacks? And is there any that stand out to you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely. Again, best example I could think of right off the bat while we're on the topic is the fitness competition I did. My second one, for example, I decided to, I've got this. I'm going to do it on my own. I didn't go with a coach.
Okay.
And even though I did have a lot of knowledge, I realized, you know what, you need someone to support you and guide you. So I wasn't as successful that time around doing it on my own. And it was a learning experience that, you know what, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people, and especially in a situation like that, you not only need support, but you need someone to be on top of you and keep you accountable. So
of course, and I think that's important regardless of any industry that you're in. You know, if you have somebody, if you don't have anyone there, you know, it's kind of a lonely road, and it's hard to stay on track to your goals and where you want to go. But if you have a group around you that is supporting you and motivating you and pushing you forward, it makes you want to stay focused.
Exactly.
Do you have that group around you right now, people that are pushing you and supporting you, and have you always had that?
Not always, but yes, I do. Working in a gym, I work with all sorts of personal trainers, and it really helps to have people there working out every day. You didn't get your workout, and let's go.
Right.
So I think that's important, again, for any industry to have a support system, people lifting each other up and working together and not against each other.
Of course.
Right? For sure.
Have you had to let some people go in your network, people that might have been bringing you down to bring you to where you are today?
Well, I guess as you get older, you know, you kind of you lose some friends, you meet new people. So I used to work in the bar industry, which is an awesome, fun industry, but I guess getting more into the fitness side of things, I stopped, you know, hanging around that circle of people because it wasn't really in my best interest to go out, you know, and work at a bar till 2 a.m. and then train at 6 a.m. the next day. So it depends on what your goals are. So
of course.
Yeah, I did definitely, you know, change my route a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I'm still friends with those people. You just don't see them every day necessarily.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm kind of curious, is the fitness industry evolving? Like, are things different now than they were, I don't know, when did you start in the fitness industry?
Oh, and I was about 18, so yeah, definitely changing every single day. It's really becoming bigger and bigger, and I think that people are really starting to focus on health and fitness, and not only for the health reasons, but to look good, feel good, and it's exploding for sure, I would say.
Cool. Great to hear.
Yeah.
How important is, so when you are going for a competition, you're on a strict diet. Now, are you doing that every single day?
During the prep, yes. So usually for 10 or 12 weeks, it's very, very strict. But like I said, I've kind of learned to make it a lifestyle. So I am always eating healthy. I mean, I enjoy life too. And when I'm not in a prep, I go out and have a cheat meal or drinks or whatever with friends. But when you're in full-fledged prep mode, you gotta be strict and avoid that. So sometimes you have to avoid social situations and kind of focus on that goal. But that's all right.
How long is the prep?
Usually anywhere from 8 to 16 weeks. It depends on, you know, what your current fitness level's at, and if it's your first show. You know, it's better to give yourself more time just to be safe. But so yeah, it's a bit of a strict period of time.
Yeah,
but
that
it's worth it.
You know, that's mind blowing to me because I couldn't even imagine, you know, being like having a super strict diet every single day for, you know, like 8 to 12 weeks. And it must be really, really hard to do.
It definitely is, but it's totally worth it. The end result is absolutely worth the.
Cool. Jessica, do you have any people that you look up to? Any inspirations that you kind of follow that are like role models to you?
Oh, all sorts of them. I love social media these days because I can follow all sorts of motivational people. And I mean, from anyone from Paige Hathaway to, you know, locals. I have my friend Mia Sato Bang. We did the Parliament Hill Boot Camp this last summer. And I mean, I'm inspired by anyone who's positive and who, you know, who wants to work for what they. I
love that so much because you don't have to be, you know, someone doesn't have to be super, super successful in order to, you know, to get inspired by them. They could just be somebody who's working towards their dreams and somebody who's going out and making them happen. You could find inspiration through that. And that kind of brings us back to what we were talking about before, with changing the people that are around you, and how you could be getting inspiration from all of those people that are supporting you and motivating you and pushing you forward, and channel that inspiration into your goals and into your dreams and into the things that you want to do.
Exactly.
Cool. That's really, really awesome. So what is, I mean, we kind of already talked a little bit about this, but is there a competition that's coming up that, we'd be able to see your progress and see and you compete?
Yeah. My next competition will be in the fall in October for the SAF, the SAF show. So I'm taking a break for the summer because it's important to do that too. I'm going to do a bit of traveling, but yeah, my next show's in October 17th, I believe is the date. And
cool.
So it's coming quick though.
When would you start prepping for that?
I will start prepping in August for that one, yeah.
So summertime off, and August comes around and it's back to strict hard work.
That's it.
Okay, good stuff. So Jessica, what tips could you leave for the viewers who are watching right now and who are thinking about, making their dreams happen, changing their lives, taking action towards their dreams, but might be feeling a little bit of resistance towards it? What advice could you give to them on what they could do, to start making that happen?
Well, start by setting out goals, write them down on a piece of paper, and no goal is unrealistic. Make sure you surround yourself with positive, like-minded people, and, believe in your goal. And whatever that may be, nothing is impossible if you want it bad enough.
Amazing, Jessica. So my last question to you is, who is one person that you would recommend to this show, and why?
There are so many people that I would recommend, but I was just thinking of someone who's in the fitness industry, actually, who is an inspiration to me. Her name is Angie Belmare.
Okay.
Have you heard of her before?
I have not, but I'm sure you will.
Yet? Yeah, well, I'm sure you will. I think she would be great on this show.
Okay,
yeah.
Well then we look forward to having her on the show.
Great.
Up until that point, Jessica, I hope you can come back again.
I hope
and, we'll get some progress once you do that competition.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome. But until then, thank you so much for coming on the show. You brought some amazing value to the viewers that are watching us, and I know that you're going to be an inspiration to so many people that are out there in the fitness industry. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning into the Young Pro Show today. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and like us on Facebook. Until then, is there any last words that you want to leave to the viewers?
Go get 'em, Tigers.
Okay, go get them, Tigers. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you again soon.